So Zarmina, thanks for agreeing to do this. So first of all, Zarmina, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling all right, thank you.
You're feeling okay, good. All right, so you brought a case for us to have a look at.
Yes.
Do you want to tell me a bit about the case first?
Okay, so it's a 60-odd-year-old lady who's had a long history of anxiety. She's had a TIA a few years ago. Was put on a statin by somebody, but refused to take it after she saw a programme about the side effects.
Oh, right, okay.
Came to see me previously with for her blood pressure, and for that she's on propranolol. The blood pressure was high, so I explained to her that at the next appointment, if it was still high, we might need to change her medication or add something new. So in this consultation, came to see me for a blood pressure check. My agenda for her was to check her blood pressure. I had a feeling it would be high, so maybe add in another tablet. Also try and convince her to take the statin. And I don't know I didn't know if she was going to take any of these because she'd refuse a statin, so she might refuse the blood pressure tablets as well. So add in these 2 tablets and not sure whether she'd agree to these at all. And then she throws in a headache as well.
Oh, right, okay.
So I had to explore that as
And
well.
was that at the beginning or middle or at the end? Or?
I think it was in the middle of the consultation.
Okay. So I'm just hearing what you've just said. Therefore, the particular difficulty I sense from you is that was there a bit of difficulty with negotiation with her, or?
Yes. Well, I think it was probably because I had quite a huge agenda, and from previous experience with her, there was a chance that she wasn't going to go for it at all.
Right, okay.
So, you know, how to sort of merge agendas and get her to do.
Right, okay. So you'd like to look at negotiation and merging agendas as something when we look at this video.
Yes.
By the way, did she take the statin and the blood pressure tablet?
She did.
She did. So your negotiation skills can't be that bad. So, so why do you still want to look at negotiation? Is it something you still feel there is a need, or?
Yes, I think. I don't really know why, but she had sort of made up her mind to take them. To take the tablets. So I didn't really need to negotiate, but I think it could have gone.
So actually, I wonder, shall we just pop a few of these down so we don't lose track? So something you want to talk about is negotiation. All right. And you said maybe looking at techniques, is that what? Yeah. So there's something about techniques. Is that because generally you don't feel comfortable with certain techniques? But in this case it worked, didn't it? Or it seems like, we haven't watched it yet, but it did work. But I'm also getting a sense that you can't see why it worked. Yeah. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. All right. So maybe it might be good to have a look at the video and actually identify why it actually worked in this case. So would that be worthwhile doing? Okay. So I'll just put down here, identifying skills. Is that reasonable? Yes. Okay. Okay. So there's something about negotiation. The other thing I've written down here that I hear from you that was really, really, really quite clear is she threw in the headaches, didn't she? Yeah. So did you feel that you already had enough on your plate and she just threw dessert on your plate before you even finished?
Absolutely, yes.
Is that what you felt? Okay. So it might be worthwhile looking at when people throw in extra stuff. Yeah? Sure. And although this wasn't exactly a door handle what I call door handle consultation, it's kind of similar. You know, you've had them before, haven't you, where they're about to leave and their hands on the door handle and they say, oh, by the way, doctor, this isn't anything to worry about, is it? And it's usually big and massive and juicy and you've spent all your time. And so were you feeling flustered at that point when she brought in the headache?
Yes, I was thinking, oh, I don't need this.
Right, okay. And, right, okay, so I'll just put a line down here and we'll talk, I'll just call it headache.
Okay.
Alright, but to me and you, basically what we're looking at is when someone throws in the extra problem. Alright, the extra problem. How can we handle that, or how can we prevent it? So I'll put down handling and prevention. Does that sound the sort of thing you wanted to talk about? Was there anything else that's not on here that you wanted to talk about?
Structure, I think.
Ah, right, okay.
I think that's a problem with quite a few.
Okay. Shall I put that on the next one, or can I put it? I'll put it on the next one. So what we'll do is we'll look at structure. Why do you say structure? Structure to the consultation, you mean?
Yes.
And why do you say structure?
I don't know, I felt the consultation went a bit higgledy-piggledy.
Do you think because she introduced the headache, it was just going all over the place, you jumped into the headache and then possibly...
Yeah, I think I started wrong though too.
Right.
I just jumped in and said, your blood pressure was high last time, let's check it again this time.
Right, okay.
And then I thought, oh wait a minute, I haven't. This isn't the way I should start. So then started with, how are you feeling?
Right, okay.
And then we went down the road of how she was feeling and how that wasn't.
So you kind of thought you did things in a higgledy-piggledy sort of... Okay. Why do you think adding structure would have helped you? Because you got a good result, so you said you took them, so...
I think it would help with time management.
Right, okay.
Because I took quite a long time for this consultation.
Is there any other reason why you might look at structure? So one is your time management.
Yes.
But anything else? Well, what does it do for you? What else does it do for you, structure, adding structure to the consultation?
Gives me control a bit.
Well, it's something about covering bases. You know in your head, as you've got structure, you've covered most of the bases you want to cover. What does it do for the patient?
I think it tells the patient as well where the consultation's going.
Yeah, I think you're right. And, I mean, if you felt it was higgledy-piggledy,
She probably did.
she probably did as well. So it might be very difficult to recall stuff when she goes back home, and therefore adding structure to a consultation might help her, identify what was actually covered in the consultation. Let's say someone else asked. Right. Does that sound right?
Sense, yeah.
And also it helps her to follow where you're going.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll have a look at structure, and we'll have a look at these two as well. Is that all right? At these three. We'll see how time goes.
Okay.
There's just one other thing that I thought we could do as well. We've already got a lot here. I'm just wondering whether it's worthwhile taking this opportunity and having a look at some of the other things on the consultation observation tool.
Sure.
So, I mean, some of this is part of the consultation observation tools and covers some of the bases there. But I wonder if it would be helpful going through this as well. What do you think?
Yeah.
And then we can identify other areas which you may not be aware of, and other areas that you might be